Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawns, I Like Big Butterflies, A Bug Deal, High Five, Fairy Friends, and Kangarific. I've stamped those images in Lawn Fawn jet black ink and I'll be coloring with my Copic markers. I'm going to start with my tree branch, and I wanted to do softer colors on today's card, so I pulled out E50, E51, E53, and E55. I'm going to start on the underside of that branch with that E55 and just lay in a little bit of shadow, and then start to blend that out with the E53. I'm going to make sure that I'm going over the edge of that E55 and pulling that darker color into this next one. I also filled in the thinner branches. Then I used the E51 and a touch of the E50 at the top of the branch for a nice highlight. I'm also going to take that E50 and just outline the little speech bubble to give that some definition. Then I will go back to that tree branch now that it has had a chance to dry for a few seconds and just add in some wood grain detail with a few little lines and swirls. Next I'm going to work on the leaves, and I went with YG00, YG11, and YG17. So I'm starting with the YG17. This is for all of my leaves. And I'm laying in a bit of that at the base of each of the leaves. I'm going to start blending over that with the YG11. Normally I would use the YG13 between these, but mine is completely dried out, so I need to refill that marker. And then I'm going to add in YG00 for a little bit of highlight. I wanted something that had a tiny bit of a yellow undertone to it, a bit of a chartreuse shade that would just kind of make it look fresh. I'm also going to color in the leaves on that little card up above from Kangarific. And then I'm going to use just the YG17 and the YG11 for my stems and leaves on my flowers. And by the way, that card does come blank, and you can stamp what you want in it, or you can just leave it blank, color it in. But I decided to mask and stamp the little flower bouquet that is also from Kangarific, just to create a nice floral card front. Then I'm going to switch to some yellows. I'm using Y02, Y06, and Y08 for my two bees. I'm going to add that Y08 down at the bottom of their body, and also add that to where the little dots are in the centers of my daisies, and I'll color in the centers of the flowers on the card. Then I'm going to start blending out with the Y06 for my midtone, and then I will finish with the Y02 on my bees and my flowers. That wouldn't fit on the flowers on the card because they're just too small. I'm going to switch now to some blues. I'm using a B00 and B000 for my bees' wings, and also to give my daisies a little bit of shading. I'm using that B000 first to add just a little bit of color. I'm also going to use that for the gift so that it looks kind of white, and also the background of the card. And then I'm going to blend that out with the B000, and I will also leave a little bit of white space showing for some highlight. And then I'm going to start adding this into my butterfly's wings. I'm going to be blending from blue into purple on there, so I'm not filling it in all the way, just adding that blue in closest to the body. And then I'll switch to BV00, BV00, and BV01. For the body of my butterfly, I'm going to start with the BV01 and add in some shadow. I'll start blending out with the BV00. I'm placing my shadows on the right hand side of the body since the butterfly is facing toward the left. Then I'm going to switch to the BV00 once again and add that to the ends of that middle part of the butterfly's wings. I didn't want to go quite as dark as the body, so I'm skipping the BV01 and going straight into that BV00 and coloring to meet the blue that I had already laid in. And then I will go back to that B00 and just do an extra layer of that and blend over into the purple so everything fades together nicely. I'm also going to color one of the flowers on that card with the BV00. I did the bottom stripe on that party hat, and then I'm going to do those bell-shaped flowers over on the right. I'm starting with the lightest shade, that BV00, and then I'm adding a little bit of that BV00 in there toward the bottom. I'm going to let them be white up at the top, but I did go back and blend out with the BV quad one more time. Then I'm going to switch to some pinks. I'm going to use R000 with R01 and R20. And I'm going to use these shades for that rose flower. I'll do the next stripe on the party hat. I'm going to do every other little section on my caterpillar. And then I'm going to blend that out with the R01. I'll use that R01 as the darkest color for the main part of my worm. Just a little bit of color with that, and then blending that out with the R000. Also finishing off the flower, and then for every other stripe on the worm, I'll add in the R20 and blend out with the R01. I'll do the outer part of my butterfly's wings with these pinks as well, so I'm going back to that R20 and adding that closest to that middle section of the wing. I figured that that might be casting a little bit of shadow there if it's like an extra little layer. And so I blended out toward the edges with the lighter shades. Then I'll darken up this combo with R22, and that is going to be my darkest for the ladybug. And then I'll blend out with the R20 and use the R01 for a highlight on that. I'm also going to color in another one of the flowers on that card. And then I'll do another stripe on the party hat. And I am going to give all of these little bugs some rosy cheeks. So I'm going to start with the R22 for that. Just adding in a little oval shape. Even on the super tiny ones, we're going to add that in. And then I'm going to just blend out that with the R20. And that will dry back just a little bit. Then I'm going to bring in some warm grays. I'm using W1, W3, and W5 for my ladybug's face and also the pillbug. For her face, I'm putting a shadow up at the top since she has the little hat, and for the pillbug, I'm putting it down at the bottom. I'm going to switch to a different green combo. I'm using G00 with YG41 and YG45. I'll do another stripe on the bee's party hat, every other section on my caterpillar's body, including his face, and also the ribbon on the gift. I really love the YG41 and YG45 together. They're such a pretty minty green. And then I am also just going to add in yellow to finish off those two party hats, and I'll go back to the pink for that final flower and trim all of these images out with their matching dies. For the background, I'm starting with a piece of Bristol smooth surface cardstock that I've trimmed down with the outside in stitch rectangle stackables from Lawn Fawn. I'm also going to bring in the Lawn Fawn cloudy stencil and some salvage patina distress oxide ink, and I'm going to create a nice cloudy sky. So I'm just starting light. I didn't want the sky to get too dark since the coloring was fairly light and pastel, since it is a springtime card. And so I'm just using a light pressure as I start on that stencil, and then lift up even more as I move up, so that we get that soft, dreamy look above each of the clouds. And then I just change that stencil to the next side so I get a different cloud formation. And sometimes I'll even flip it over to the other side so you get just a different variation of those same clouds. I'm going to do one more row. And then once that is done, I will just add a little bit of ink down at the bottom. I'm going to be adding some grass over it, so it doesn't need to be too much, but I just didn't want it to be like stark white down there. So I am going to do some distressing on this before I finish. I'm going to just add some of that ink onto an acrylic block, mix in a little bit of water, and then I'll pick that up with a thin paintbrush, tap it all over the background so I get a nice little spray of speckles. It just gives it some nice movement and texture. And then I'm going to take another piece that I've trimmed down with the Lawn Fawn grassy border, and this time I'm going to bring in some Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink, and I am being careful not to bend those delicate grasses. I actually want the Twisted Citron to be down toward the bottom and the darker shade, the Mowed Lawn, up at the top. So I am going to add that next. Just working my way gently on this piece of scrap cardstock. And then I'll go back to the Twisted Citron ink blending foam and just blend over that super quickly once again. And then so it matches the sky, I wanted to give it the same distressing treatment. So I'm just adding only the darker shade, the Mowed Lawn, to an acrylic block, and then tapping that all over the background as well. And then I'll set these panels aside to dry. Once the background has dried, I'm going to pop it in my MISTI so I can stamp my sentiment directly onto the sky. I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink because it lays so nicely over the Distress Oxide inks, and you get such a nice crisp black sentiment that's super legible. So I stamped Happy Bee Day down twice from the Hive 5 stamp set. And then I'm going to pop my card base in my MISTI. I'm using the brand new Peach cardstock from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to stamp on the inside in Peachy Keen ink. And the sentiment and the little bug and that little like jump line is all from a Bug Deal. And I did stamp that down 3 times just to make sure it's nice and bold, because this ink does dry back a bit as well. Now I'm ready to start assembling, so I'm going to take that background panel and add some liquid glue to the back of it, and I will add this to my card front. Since I used the outside in stitch rectangle stackables to trim it out, it's going to leave me an 1/8 of an inch border on the outside edge where that peach cardstock is going to show through, which is going to tie into some of the coloring. I think that looks so pretty. And then I popped up the grassy border with foam tape. I've also added foam tape to the back of most of my images. I'm going to start by placing that branch over toward the left-hand side, and I'm placing it down gently. I am not pressing things into place just yet because I want to make sure I can move them around if I need to, if things don't line up just how I want them. So I'm going to tuck this bell-shaped flower over on the right-hand side to balance out the daisy on the left. And then I'm going to add the other daisy next to that. And I even added foam tape behind all those little skinny stems. It took some time to cut it down so thin, but it's so worth it if you plan on sending a card through the mail, just to make sure that it is well supported and doesn't kind of crunch and crease, you know, before it reaches your recipient. Then I'm going to take the leaves and add those to the branch, which I'm turning into kind of like a little sapling. And I'm going to take the leaf with the bite out of it, place that on the left, and then at the very top I'm going to put 2 leaves, just kind of overlapping each other. And then I can start adding in my little bugs. I have this little caterpillar that I wanted to look like it was hiding out behind the bitten leaf. So he's just getting stuck down with glue behind the popped up leaf. So it gives it a little bit of dimension on the card. And then I'm going to grab that butterfly. I need to make sure I have enough room for her and that additional little speech bubble sentiment. So I'm going to place her down gently and then add the little speech bubble that says, "Hey, love bug." And you can stamp what you want in there. There's a whole different variety of little messages, but I thought that would go cute with this one. And then I'm going to tuck the pill bug climbing up the little branch. And then I will add the ladybug to the leaf near the butterfly, because in this little scene I'm imagining that it is the ladybug's birthday. So that's why we have the "Hey Love Bug" sentiment. I'm going to add the card into the caterpillar's hand, so he's kind of holding it up to share with his friend the ladybug for her birthday. And then I'm just deciding which bee I wanted to go right below the Happy Bee Day sentiment. I decided to go with the one that has the party horn because he is flying in from the right, which means that I'll have room for a little bee trail behind him. And then the one with the party hat is going to go down below, buzzing across the grass to say hello to his friend the worm that is also hanging out down there. So I'm going to take the little bee trail that has the heart shape. These are all from the I Like Big Butterflies stamp set. The High Five also has bee trails, but I used the ones from the I Like Big Butterflies. So I put that behind the bee, and then I'm going to add the gift into the butterfly's hands because she's bringing a gift to her friend the ladybug. And then I'll add the little loop-de-loop bee trail behind the one with the party horn that fits really perfect right below that sentiment. And then I'm also going to give the butterfly one as well, even though we only have a little bit of room there for that one. And then I'll just grab my Cutter Bee Teflon coated scissors and trim off the excess from both of those bee trails. Just make sure that they are pressed in where they should go and clean up any remaining little ends. And then all that's left is to add a bit of glitter to this card. I'm grabbing my favorite Stardust Stickles and putting it on the bow for the gift. I put it on the centers of the flowers on the card. I'm going to add a touch of it to each of my flowers. I'm just squeezing out the barest amount and using the nozzle to kind of drag it so it doesn't kind of overwhelm the coloring. I'm also going to add it to the darker sections of my worm and to the bee's wings and the outer edge of my butterfly's wings. And I also put it on the party hat for my ladybug. And that is going to finish up this card. I'll lift it up so you can see it in a bit more detail and give you another peek at the inside. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun mixing and matching these images from the different stamp sets and bringing them together on a card. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post new videos. All the products I use will be listed and linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 extra videos I thought you would also enjoy. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon in the next. Bye-bye.